Okay, this is a separate video about the things that Mike Johnson said last night. Now, it's always when I go to work, I notice this. Nothing will be happening, which is good. It's always good when nothing's happening. But I'll notice that the news is pretty slow, and for a Friday, that's weird, right? No news. And then I'll go to work, not use my phone, come out of work, and like everything has happened. So like unbelievable stuff. So I get out of work, I get in my car, I look at my phone, and I read that Mike Johnson has made up this crazy lie, like crazy, about, and by the way, everything I say in this video is just intuitive, it's not fact, it's just intuitive, it's for entertainment purposes only, okay? But Mike Johnson has made up this horrible lie, just like ridiculous lie, about how Trump was a like sort of an informant, a private investigator, and he went to the Epstein Island to uncover the truth about Epstein and blah blah blah. So he was like worked for the FBI. And when he said it, he sounded nervous, and he sounded like, you know, Eddie Haskell from Leave It to Beaver, making up a big lie. He sounded like when you ask a kid if they, you know, the whole cookie cliche. Did you eat the last cookie? No, mother, I wouldn't do that because blah, blah, blah. I was in my bedroom and I was watching, I was reading the Bible. It just sounded like the most stupid lie, most obvious lie ever. Like, we're not stupid. They could have made up, here's the thing, you're gonna lie, right? Make up a better lie. So they clearly, it's almost like such a bad lie that it's an admission of guilt, which he is guilty for entertainment purposes only. Now, what he did though, which is really, they painted themselves in a corner with that, because now there's no coming, you have to admit you lied. The problem is MAGA being a cult, they believe every lie. They want to believe the lies. I hear that song from Fleetwood Mac, you know, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. They want to believe the lies. And then the rest of us who obviously don't believe that, you know, that it's the truth, which we know it's not, we're so tired. We've been through 10 years of gaslighting and narcissistic abuse, and 10 years of lies and failure, and trying to do something about it, failure after failure, and endless cycle of this abuse and gaslighting. And so we're tired. And you know, I know that people get mad, like, why don't you do something? We are, like, there's like a huge protest today going to the White House, and protests all over the country. They're not showing on the news, it's everywhere. There's protests every day in America, huge protests. We're trying, the courts are working, and you know, we're all working. So it's not like we're not doing anything. It's the problem that 45 put all his jesters, or what do you call it? I don't play chess. So would it be the king has surrounded himself with knights in the DOJ and the Supreme Court and his lawyer and all over the place. And he got himself immunity, and so it's crazy. So here's the thing. Okay, so it's an obvious lie. But what he did was, what Mike Johnson did was he admitted that 45 was on Epstein Island a lot, and with teenage girls a lot, to be an informant. And I keep seeing, what's that one show, 21 Jump Street, where they had they had to pretend to be like narcs, teenage cops infiltrating high school drug cartels and whatnot. It's like that you know, that he was an FBI informant to find out what Epstein was doing is wrong. Well, it wouldn't take more than one night to have enough evidence. So how long, Mike Johnson, was he there? How long did he have to be an quote-unquote informant with teenage girls? One night would have proved. He could have taken pictures on a little camera, James Bond type camera, had a hard drive, submitted it to the FBI, bing bang, done. He wouldn't have to be there more than one night. I just saw 444. Okay. So it's a clear lie, it's an obvious lie, and that's all I have to say about that. You don't have to be psychic, you don't even have to have 3 brain cells to know that's a lie. The people who are believing it want to believe the lie, because their whole world is built on, you know, sand, and everything's going to fall apart if they believe it. If they question the lie, everything's going to fall apart for them, all of it. I was thinking about this. People who follow 45, you know, MAGA, they don't love him, they need him. They don't love him, they need him. And also MAGA, because if they loved him, they wouldn't want him to be where he is right now. They'd want him to be retired and happy and traveling and playing golf and healthy, eating healthy. And they don't want that. They need him. They need him as their false god. And also MAGA is very loyal, but only to him. They're not loyal to their family, their community, their friends, their kids, their country, the Constitution, the army. No. They're only loyal to 45. They've betrayed, and they've even betrayed the Bible and Jesus. So, now what else was I going to say? What was I going to say? 45. Oh, the other day. So when the victims spoke out, and then the jets flew overhead, and it was very specific. It was like when a girl would mention 45, here comes a jet to drown her out, and it happened several times, and it was just so obvious. And I thought, that's just like how in the Wizard of Oz, the witch would send the flying monkeys out to stop Dorothy from approaching the castle. That's the epitome meaning of Narcissism 101, to send out flying monkeys. And that's what he did. The jets were flying monkeys. So what else did the witch do? The poison poppies to stun us all and drug us all, and then the, God forbid, burn the scarecrow, and try to cut up the Tin Man, and what happened to the lion, I don't know. Anyway, okay, I'm just going to pull cards now. So how does 45 feel about all this? How does he feel? Does he feel like he got out of trouble with the Epstein files? I mean, he went out and he betrayed. See, here's the thing. When I saw that conference, and a lot of the girls and like their lawyer were saying things like, this is not political. We're not going to blame 45. And no, it's political. He's sending jets over you to drown you out. He's not releasing the files. He's directly stopping. He had his name scrubbed from the files. Literally, a guy came out and admitted that he was hired, or somebody was hired, to scrub Republicans and 45 his names off the file and only release it when it had Democrats on it, which kind of sounds like the election, right? In reverse, to scrub out the Democrats and leave the Republicans for entertainment purposes. They lie. Now here's the thing, all these lies, you think they're not lying about the election? You think they're not lying about a lot of other things? They lie for entertainment purposes. Okay, how does 45 feel about the Epstein files? Now, he's not doing well. I don't feel he's doing well. He's, I feel like he is in a, his brain's not working as well. Here's the other thing. I got tired. Last night, them changing the logo from the Department of Defense to the Department of War, which really war means defense. But then he declares war on Chicago. That's not going to go well. And there's already like Tiananmen Square imagery coming out from Chicago. Now, why is he doing that? Because they said, we're not going to let ICE come and, you know, unconstitutionally attack us and blah, blah, blah. Which they should, because it is against the Constitution. People are not here illegally. They're not, unless you have due process for every single case. Okay, I'm going to shut these cards. Okay, so 45. How does he feel? 4 swords, 9 cups. Tower. Okay, here's the Ace of Swords. This is him, or whoever he has around him, trying to take the truth, trying to steal the parakeet of truth from singing the truth. The hand's coming in to steal it. The sword, Ace of Swords, usually signifies the truth. That is a big truth. And he's trying to stop it now. The tower has come. He's not going to be able to stop the truth. He's not going to be able to stop all these women from talking and the files to come out. Three of Swords, heartbroken. The women are heartbroken. Their families, like Jillian Guthrie, her family are grieving and they are mad. Like do I feel she killed herself? Maybe, because she was so depressed over this. It could have been. Now I just saw the Marilyn Monroe imagery, so I feel like she could have been taken out. Regardless, she's gone. The Epstein had, and all the cover-up had a huge effect on her. She was tired. She couldn't take it anymore. She couldn't take it anymore, and now her family is grieving. All the women are grieving. This water, see the sand spilling. It's going to come out. The sand of the hourglass, the sands of time. It will come out. And the birds, I keep getting the birds, more talking, messages, truths. It will come out. The files will come out in the past. 10 of Wands upside down. This is like the cat stealing the snake. The snake would be, the lies. They're hiding. Trying to hide it anywhere they can, but it's coming out now. And the steps look like prison bars. They also look like books and files. Things locked up. Justice at the top. There will be justice. There will be. Okay, this is in the near future. See the cats are pissing on the walls. This is Trump and Mike Johnson and others hiding the truth. Bondi, that's a Bondi, hiding the truth. 7 of Swords is a liar, cheating, thief card. Ace of Wands, new day, truth. See, there's that snake again. The snake will be caught. The truth will come out. The skin will shed. Caught in the lie. Mike Johnson caught in the lie. His words, his slithery tongue. He tripped up on himself. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. That is the kittens, the mother watching on, the women of America, families of America watching on in disgust. Protect the children, protect innocence. Hang Kitty, hopes and fears. Upright, I would say we're gonna have to wait. I feel like it won't be long. The truth is going to, and I feel like, I hate to say it because I don't like Leland, but he may have something to do, or anonymous. Yeah. Okay, 8 of Cups. 8 months, 8 weeks, 8 days. 8 of Cups is moving on. But I also see springtime. We may have to wait until springtime. Moving on. We may have to wait until there's a new administration. It's true. We may have to wait. We may have to, or after the midterms. Judgment. Yes, there will be judgment. 10, 10, 20, 20, 20. The pillars. A new administration. And the bottom of the deck. The 4 of Swords. Rest, rejuvenation, prayers, hope. Let's turn it upright. That would be sickness, waiting, but it's upside down. I feel like the waiting is over. The women are done. 9 of Cups. That's like the gluttony and the Epstein and the, it's enough. Enough of that. Can't pay it off. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Can't pay it off anymore. Can't hide the truth. That's his hand. That's 45's hands. Can't hide the truth anymore. Let's reshuffle here. 5 of Pentacles. Can't pay it off. It was in reverse. Can't pay it off anymore. The truth's going to come out, even if we have to dig in the trash. If we have to dig up Ivana's grave. We're going to find out the truth. The women are going to, The women are going to reveal the truth. I just saw Grace Kelly in Rear Window climbing into Lars Thorwald's apartment and getting the wedding ring to prove that Lars Thorwald killed his wife, because her theory was that if no woman would not have her wedding ring on. So if he had her wedding ring, that means he killed her and took off the ring. So Grace Kelly, her character Lisa, finds the ring and holds it up right as Lars Thorwald comes back to his apartment, and then he tries to strangle her, and then the cops show up, blah, blah, blah. The women are going to release the information themselves. If they have to dig through the trash, if they have to dig up Ivanka's grave, which I don't feel it's in there, they will find it. The women are going to take it into their own hands and find the unredacted files and release them. And, you know, they're done playing nice. They're done. Now, let me ask this. Okay, so, and we already know the truth. Like, Mike Johnson, making up that lie, told us 45 was there. He did those things. Because if he wasn't, they wouldn't have to make up lies. They wouldn't. That's just a stupid lie. So anyway, God and angels, spirit guide, spirit team, soul team, angel team, show me 45. What involvement did 45 have in Epstein's Island? Well, the Six of Cups, reverse. It was in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. You know, I feel like, first I was like, well, that means he wasn't with kids, because Six of Cups can mean kids. But it was in reverse, and that tells me he wasn't there to protect the children. That's what that means. He wasn't there to protect the children. And see how they're kind of hiding? They're hiding. And see how the cat above actually is holding down the other cat? Like, and looking at it in anger. He used these girls as control objects, just like he uses tariffs and war as objects to control and punish others. He used these girls as a way to punish, to like wield out his power of control. Okay, and then yes, the Empress. Yep, there it is. King of Pentacles in reverse and the Empress. Yep, he was there. He knows all about it. He knew all about it. He was there. He was there. Yep. That, I'm going to leave it at that. And he knows. He knows the truth's going to come out. And that's his legacy, among other horrible things. So, you guys, thanks for watching. Have a great night. I'm going to go watch a movie and hang out and enjoy this nice weather. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.